Hey everyone, this is Rose and I welcome you to my random channel. Before I get into this video, I have a minor suggestion. Of course, you don't have to take it, or do it, I should say. If you've not seen my first video on my first menstrual cup experience, which led me to purchasing the Intimina Lily Cup 1, I would suggest you to watch that. I basically got a free menstrual cup from Wish, which I know seems kind of crazy, but you can learn more about me and like what my first ever menstrual cup experience was in that video, which I'll link in the cards. But anyway, I'm here to review for you the Intimina Lily Cup 1. Now before I get into this, I'm going to share something. I found this, of course, on its original site, which I can link down below. They sell this thing for $39.99 plus $10 shipping, which I was just like, oh. I actually was able to find this on Amazon Prime for $24.95 with free 2-day Prime shipping. So I will link down both of them. I will link both down below. Of course, it's up to you if you're looking to purchase it, which source you want to purchase it from. But anyway, I guess before I get into like the specs and the specifics, I'm gonna quickly cut to not exactly daily vlogs from my last period where I attempted to use this thing. I didn't start vlogging my experience until the 3rd day of my 6-day period, because that's basically when my flow is the heaviest. When this whole video is TMI, but when my vagina is the tightest and my flow is the heaviest. And so I'm gonna quickly cut to that footage so I can show you what my experience was with this Lily Cup 1. And then when you come back to me, I will go over all the specific specs of the product. So here we go again, folks. My face probably looks really bad, having some breakouts right now. Currently testing out a foundation that I'm not a huge fan of, and I just got off work. This makeup's been on my face for the last 12 hours. We're about to give it another go. I got my Lily Cup 1, and before I actually try to insert this thing, I want to show you the differences between this cup and the Wish cup, the Viva cup. Mainly the size. The stem is not as long. It has this little cute little ring thing. But look at the size difference. I'm thinking that this one is definitely gonna fit a lot better. Oh my god, please work! Alright, gonna put you down here and I guess go by my toilet again. Jeez. Definitely thicker. Not as pliable, or maybe is flimsy the right word? But to kind of go over what just happened, it's definitely thicker silicone. The outside is definitely a lot smoother and softer, but it is thicker, so it's less pliable than the Viva Wish cup. And so it wasn't, not that the Viva cup was easy to insert, it wasn't, but this had a little more difficulty just because it's thicker. As soon as I got it mostly in there, it still felt crimped, if that's even the right word. And so I started to spin it, twist it back and forth, and then I shoved it in there more so that just the little ring is what's sticking out. And I felt it open. It's probably been maybe 30 minutes or so since you've last seen me, and so far so good. I don't feel anything. Of course, tonight is actually going to be the true test, because this is actually day 3 of my period. The first 3 days of my period are really light, very faint, and it's like full-on Shark Week. In case you've not seen my Viva Cup review, the night of day 3, day 4 and 5, it's horrible. It's extremely heavy. But anyway, that's all I have to say now. I will check back in with you guys in the morning to let you know how does this thing perform. Houston, we have a problem. I know I look fabulous right now. I've only had it in for 2 hours. I've gone to piss once already and everything seemed okay. just went to piss again, and when I wiped myself, couldn't help but to see or tell that there was some bloody residue. And so what I did was I immediately removed it. There's a lot of air trapped in there because it made a funny, like, I can't replicate the pop noise. And of course, when I pulled it out, when I thought it was open completely, it actually wasn't completely open. Now the inside had captured, I would say, a decent amount of blood already in the past 2 hours, but there was blood on the outside, and of course that's what leaked through. So I just got done cleaning it. I just reinserted it, but I kind of got a little friendly with myself, and I could tell right away that on one side, well, first of all, one side of the cup, I put my fingers in there and I could tell that it was like indented in, so. But the crazy thing is that the way that this cup is shaped with the little ring on the end, part of it's sticking out, and so there is no opening in my vagina. It's basically like completely plugged up, so I don't know. I guess we're gonna see what happens in the morning. But yes, I really want this to work. God, no more tampons, please. I'm sure this is just absolutely user error because this cup is definitely a lot smaller than the last one I used. But anyway, we will see what happens, folks. Okay, guys. This is gonna be my final check-in. It's a little after 10 o'clock. I just went and pissed and saw not as much bloody residue as I did before, but still some. So of course, I got annoyed, and I kind of went on the advice of a couple of YouTube videos I watched of ladies specifically reviewing the Lily cup, but I decided to actually read the suggestions on the box. When I removed it, it was very tight and make that same kind of air popping noise, and I was actually really impressed because the cup was actually holding a decent amount of blood, and the outside of it was not as heavily covered as the last time that I removed it. I inserted it that way, it went in so much easier, and I actually pushed it up way further so that the ring is not sticking out, like the ring is actually inside of me and I have to fish for it to pull it out. And then I twisted it a little bit. It still doesn't feel like it's fully opened, but this cup is supposed to have like the double-sided leak-proof rim, so I'm stopping. A part of me wants to slip like a panty liner in or something because I'm just afraid that there's gonna be leakage overnight. But I think I'm gonna brave it out, not wear a panty liner. If there are any menstrual cup users out there that have landed on this video, what suggestions do you have? Do you use panty liners with these things? Or do your cups work perfectly well solely on their own? Please let me know down below in a comment. Alright, you guys, it's the next day. I'm in the process of getting ready for work, if that's not noticeable. But I wanted to quickly check in and let you know what happened last night / this morning. I woke up at 4 a.m. frantic because it just did not feel right down there. And sure enough, it wasn't as big of a mess as it would have been if I had nothing down there. Like, there are a couple stains, not to get too detailed, and maybe because of how I was sleeping, it was all collected, like, not on the outside of myself down there, but basically, so like more of it was still on me than on my underwear or my pants. But yes, when I pulled it out, completely forget what I said in the last check-in, me inserting it that different way. And ooh, it feeling like, oh, it's gonna be great this time. No, when I pulled it out, it didn't make that air pop noise, and I could tell that it was, I've already washed it, I could tell that it was basically in me like this. And so there was barely anything on the inside. Yeah, my attempt before that attempt has been the best attempt so far. But I have a long day at work that's going to be kind of stressful, so I don't want this like in the back of my mind all day. So this morning I did put a tampon in. When I get off from work, I'm going to go to the store and get some panty liners, and then I'm going to attempt this again because this is day 4 of my period. Yeah, today and tomorrow are my 2 heaviest days, and so when I get off, I'll get a panty liner, slap that in, and attempt this again, and we're gonna see how this works tonight because I really want this to work. Alright folks, I'm about to try this again. I'm gonna sit you guys down here, of course. Quick Lily Cup update. It's been 2 hours. I went to go piss and noticed some residue on my panty liner, and so I removed the cup, and it actually collected successfully quite a bit of blood, but there was still a little on the outside. Wasn't as messy as I thought it would be, and so I just rinsed it out, reinserted it, and we're gonna give it a go. It's really hard for me to not mess with it when I notice like new bloody residue on my panty liner. You know, it just makes me want to pull it out and rearrange it. I don't know, you guys. A part of me is like, I could see myself possibly using this, but unfortunately with a panty liner, not with a pad, but with a panty liner, because it's, when I insert it correctly, it's collecting the blood successfully, where, you know, within a 12-hour time frame, I probably would have gone through 2 to 3 tampons. You know, the cup does what it's supposed to do. It just has some of that minor leakage. But anyway, I don't know. I'm gonna try not to mess with it for the rest of the night. And we have a breakthrough, folks. Oh my God. This is technically day 4 of my period. Day 2 of the 3 heavy days that I have. And I slept with it overnight. Was pleasantly surprised to see there was no blood on the pad. And then I actually just pulled it out, emptied and cleaned it. There was some residue on the outside, but none of it leaked through. And it was containing a decent amount of blood, so, oh my God, this finally worked. I popped it back in, and I'm actually gonna keep it in while I'm at work, but I have the thin pad on, just in case if anything leaks. So we will see how the next 12 hours go. So I wanted to check in really quick. This is the early evening of technically day 5 of my period, but the last day, heavy day of my period, to let you know that everything was good while I was at work. There wasn't any leakage or residue, and I actually just removed it, rinsed it out. It collected a good amount of blood in it, and I think I'm just gonna leave it out because normally the evening of my 5th day, there really isn't that much. I still have the panty liner in, of course, but God, I'm so relieved it worked. So I'm gonna quickly go back, or not go back, but, well, yeah, go back to future Rose to tell her concluding thoughts. All right, well, this is the box that it comes in. Very cute, brightly packaged box. Basically says, Lily Cup 1 is the perfect starter cup, petite, comfy, and collapsible, which is what attracted me to it. A reusable menstrual cup up to 12 hours, non-stop period protection. And of course the side actually has a diagram of how to insert it and how the cup actually collapses. It says simply fold the cup and insert. The cup will pop open and collect your flow for up to 12 hours. Now, the instruction manual that this comes with actually explains how you should pinch the bottom to cause the cup to open. Yes, you know when you correctly put this thing in, because when you remove it, it almost makes like a popping noise from like, it's seriously, I guess, trapping, like blocking the air. I don't even know if I'm making sense right now. Okay, I digress. Let me continue. Collects your flow for up to 12 hours and just remove, rinse, and reinsert. And of course it fits in this tiny cute little case, folds flat for cute, convenient protection everywhere you go. The Lily Cup is one of the most comfortable, easy to use cups for newbies, which I can definitely agree. It's petite shape, leak-proof double rim, which if you've already seen my footage, of course it could be user error, but it totally was not leak-proof for me this last month. Easy removal loop makes periods a breeze from start to finish, which the loop is indeed very helpful. Made of ultra smooth medical grade silicone, you won't feel a thing while it collects for 12 hours. This eco-friendly tampon alternative even collapses to a case the size of a lip balm for go anywhere protection. Covers light to heavy flow, which I can definitely agree, it definitely does. And this is the actual like little lip balm case, and as you can see, the bottom does have holes so that the cup can air out on the inside. And don't know if my camera is picking it up, but it says Intimina right there. And then here's my actual menstrual cup, and it does collapse. into the shape. You simply pull it, and it's, but yeah, I have to say, due to that final day of it actually finally working properly for me, I am sold. I'm very curious as to what is gonna happen this month with my period, since I know how to more properly use it. So if you guys are curious as to what happens with my second month of using this, then please leave it in a comment below and I will document it for you guys. But again, I'm just so relieved that this actually worked for me, because tampons are not cheap unless you use like organic tampons. They're not exactly good for the environment. And I have to say this was definitely a good investment. I probably go through a full like 40-piece box with 2 cycles. And so me being the kind of the picky person that I am, I like the smooth plastic scented applicators. They're not exactly cheap. And so I will continue. I think every woman should invest in thin panty liners anyway, just for just regular daily use with like discharge and other things that happen down there. So whenever I use this, I will use like a thin panty liner. Again, if you have any comments or questions, please don't hesitate to leave them down below. And again, this is it. Again, this is Rose, and thank you so much for watching this crap. If you found this at all helpful or entertaining, then please don't hesitate to give this a thumbs up and subscribe and become part of my random family. And don't forget to click that bell, because that's basically like you're subscribing. And until next time, I hope you all have a great day, and you will see me again hopefully very soon.